Hello there, Pony, and welcome back to Brony Club Media, your hub for all your Brony entertainment and MLP news. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 200th episode, I can't believe it, the 200th episode of My Little Pony Friendship's Magic. Can't believe it. We go into the show since 2010, and 200 episodes. Like, in retrospect, a big number for it, but for like an animated kid show like that, that is fucking huge. But yeah, so I'm bursting with excitement, and like always, I've only just watched the episode because I like to have it fresh in my mind when doing the reviews for you guys. But if I got some episode up in 3 words, it'll be wow, just wow. Like the 100th episode was definitely a love letter to the fans. But this episode was definitely the love letter to the people who actually worked on the show, and you can see how much passion and love that they put into it. So yeah, so where do I start? Alright, start from the beginning, go chronological order throughout the thing. Basically, Twilight and Shining Armor have a rivalry about trying to outdo each other and be the best for everything. And they had the number of stars. They'll have the truth sibling supreme crown. And they'll get that for how they performed. When Shining Armor went away to join the Royal Guard and marry Princess Cadence, he took it with him, but he's offering Twilight the chance to win it back. And of course, Spike was always there as well. We see that Spike was there with them, and like he was kind of up in the background. But I'll get more onto that in a second. But yeah, so basically, Shining Armor after the whole thing with So after the whole thing with King Sombra, which of course, again, they're still referencing the start of the season. So far, all 4 episodes have had at least one reference connecting it to the first episode, which I really like. They need to upgrade their defenses because it didn't exactly go well for them last time. Like, their castle was completely overrun in a matter of minutes. So of course, who they're going to hire but the former captain of the Royal Guard, Shining Armor, to fortify the castle. And they're giving Twilight a chance to get the Friendship Supreme Crown back if they can get through Shining Armor's defenses, which is brilliant. And I absolutely love the whole Ocean's 11 or Ocean's 9 with the remake sort of thing. It's called Twilight 7, which is amazing because like the whole sort of like heist thing. I love the idea. I love the idea of sort of them at first sort of played their strengths, like, alright, so Fluttershy, you look after the animals, Rainbow Dash, you can fly past the fans, Rarity can, like, sort of cosplay, stuff like that. But then, of course, I love it when, of course, Shining Armor knows Twilight very well, and as soon as she finishes discussing a plan, she gets a letter from him saying, oh yeah, I know you really well, all your friends are gonna do this, don't try it, and she just sort of sits and sulks in her chair. It's really funny. So, but yeah, so it's kind of interesting to see the opposites of the characters. And the idea of, I'm sure we don't actually get to see Pinkie Pie actually go to space, because that would have been amazing. But like her going to space, Fluttershy. I loved the scene where Fluttershy and Spike like jumping over the lasers and stuff like that. That is really cool. And I liked when, I'll move on to that in a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm bursting with enjoyment and excitement here because it's a fucking amazing episode. Absolutely adored it. Like, that was probably one of the best episodes I've seen in a long time. Like, all the episodes are good, but that really blew the other episodes out of the water. And that was a hell of a 200th episode. Like, that's probably what fans wanted. You can see how much passion the cast put into it. Because for you who didn't know, the actual voice actresses actually helped to write the episode, which I thought was really good. And you can see how well it all went. But yes, of course, they tried to do the opposite of the plan they did, which doesn't really go out too well. I like the fact they brought in Fluttershy's brother again to be the guard who Rainbow Dash has to try to seduce, though she absolutely despises him and almost throws up at one point, because he's an annoying little shit. But yes, as see, of course, when they go off doing their own thing, the opposite of what they usually do, it doesn't really go well. Like, Pinkie Pie crashes, and it all goes pretty wrong. And of course, they then do what they would. They then do actually what Shining Armor predicted they would do. But of course, if you think about it, if they do what Shining Armor would think, well, they wouldn't do this because I told them I was expecting it. So if they did do what he already expected, that would be the unexpected. And it almost works. They almost get it, but Shining Armor just pops out at least the last minute. And so yeah, so Shining Armor supposedly wins. But then Spike's got the crown, and basically he was the one that... I really like this. I'll talk about Spike's character throughout this episode in a second, but he ends up making an alliance with Luna because Luna wasn't very happy with the whole other people testing their security. Luna betrayed them all, which it was kind of that's really fitting for her character, making some sort of alliance with Spike. That was really interesting. I really like that. And Spike got it. It turns out he's the one that sabotaged most of it for the first unpredictable plan. So they would go back and do the predictable one to get them in a position where Luna can give Spike the crown. And at the end, they're like, oh, who wins? And but then finally, because throughout the episode we see that, and he talks about Fluttershy, like he always wanted to be so close with Shining Armor and Twilight because they're the only family he had. He wanted to be really close with them. But he wasn't really close to them. But as you see in the scene right at the start, Shining Armor and Twilight was sort of going at it, and Spike was kind of was the one forgotten. He was left out, but he always wanted to win it. He always wanted to be acknowledged properly as a family member by Shining Armor and Twilight because he cared for them so much. And at the end, they're like, well, Spike, you win. And then he finally gets that acknowledgement, and he finally gets that moment where, like, yeah, I am part of this family. And it's a really good moment to end it on. But yeah, this episode, I don't think I actually had anything wrong with this episode. This episode was absolutely amazing. It had good pacing. Like, it didn't feel like it was too constrained for time. Like I said for the last episode, Uprooted, that was quite good. Again, that wasn't too stretched for time. But I also think this episode it had a lot of passion, a lot of time and care put into it. And you've got to respect that because there was so much passion, time, and care put in it. And you see all the different. Something tells me that my words there again. Bursting with excitement, lots of ideas running through my head. But you can see through it though, like when they came up with the whole unpredictable plan. Probably all the VAs probably got to do really wild, wacky ideas. And actually, apparently, it was Tabitha German, the voice of Rarity and Spike, that actually came up with the idea of doing a heist. And that is a really cool idea. But yeah, it's really good. I really loved the storyline. It was kind of cool because, of course, we haven't seen Spike. It was quite cool to remember Spike at the end, and because, of course, thinking about it, yeah, he would have grown up with Twilight Shining Armor, but that was never really mentioned before. It's nice to see Shining Armor again in the spotlight because we haven't seen him properly in a while. Like, I think probably season 6 where they had the baby. I saw season 6 and maybe a little bit of 7. We saw him a bit. We didn't actually see him, but he was properly sort of in the episode. That was nice. But I got to admit though, those guards, the castles are the worst guards. It all takes a bit of confetti and cake to literally leave the entire Canterlot and their entire rulers defenseless. But hey, maybe she makes good cake. I can't judge. I like a bit of cake. But yeah, overall, probably about 10 out of 10. But that's probably my favourite episode so far this season. It really fit. It really clicked. It was just a massive sort of. It was a massive event, and I think it lived up to the hype. It was really good. And I loved like the spy music and the feel of it. Overall, it was all just everything worked and complemented each other so well. And even for such a wacky, over-the-place episode, everything still felt really in place. At the end, it had a really sweet moment. So yeah, that's all from me. Overall, 200 episodes. Wow, amazing. Like I said, you sum up in 3 words. Wow, just wow. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. But I think we can all say that 200 episodes is a massive achievement, and even though the series is ending, this season, maybe we'll get a Gen 5, and maybe we'll go for another 200 episodes. We don't know. We'll have to see what Hasbro's doing. But anyway, that's all from me. Smash the like button and hit subscribe if you enjoy my content. There are reviews every single week. So, again, I don't always want to go up because showing clips from Season 9 gets your video instantly sort of blocked in all countries. It usually gets resolved in a few days, and by then, my wife mess around with the format so I can get clips in there without it being blocked in all countries to actually go up on the day. If not, you see it when I see it, so I apologise for that. But yeah, if you didn't realize, quickly to mention I got a new mic. I hope you guys like the sound of it. I think it sounds really good. But yeah, anyway, so hit the subscribe button, like button. I've already said that, but I might as well say it again. And I'll see you all ponies in another video. Keep on smiling.